A few years ago, I was with a couple of my American friends here in Kenya, and we went on a hike up off the beaten track and met a farmer and his wife, and told the farmer we were trying to hike up to a waterfall that we could see in the distance. And as often happens, he graciously said, "I would love to take you there." So we set off following this farmer, and I was the first one behind him, and as we followed him, I looked down and saw that his shoes, a very old, worn pair of Adidas, were falling apart. The uppers had come detached from the soles of the shoes, and they were just in bad shape. And of course, I had a almost brand new pair of hiking shoes on. And I heard that still small voice in me say, "David, I want you to give him your shoes." And as I sometimes do, I had a conversation with that still small voice, who I knew was God. And I said, "How about at the end of our hike? Let me get through the hike. Actually, better yet, God, let me get through today. Let me wear the shoes today, and then I'll give him the shoes." And that still small voice came to me again saying, "David, I want you to give him your shoes now." Well, reluctantly, we stopped, and I just said to this man, I said, "I love God, and God talks to me. And if it's okay with you, He has asked me to give you my shoes." And he looked very shocked, like that came out of nowhere, and it did. But I said, "There's only one condition. I get to have your shoes." Well, he readily agreed. And as we each took our respective pairs of shoes off and gave them to the other, I put his shoes on my feet. And it was a good thing the uppers had become detached from the soles, because my feet were just a little bigger than his, so at least my toes could stick out. And as he put his shoes on, I just told him about Jesus, and I told him that I love God and that Jesus wanted to have a relationship with him. And he was wiping tears away, and I didn't fully understand why. But he asked my friends and I, he said, "Can you tell us more about your God? And will you come back to our house and meet with my wife and I and tell us?" So our hike was stopped. We never made it to the waterfall. We went back to his house, and there at his house were a number of neighbors and community members as well. And we got to sit and share Jesus with them. And on that day, this man and his wife and several others came to Christ. When it came time to leave and we got in our car, one of the women that was there lived down farther in the valley and asked if she could have a ride, and we of course agreed. And we got in the car, and as we started driving, she said to us, "I think I need to tell you a couple things. Number one," she said, "let me tell you what changed that man's life. And it wasn't the fact that you gave him your shoes." She said, "It was when you took his shoes, his old, broken, dilapidated shoes, and put them on your feet and walked in them. That's what changed his life. You walked in his shoes." And then she said, "The other thing you need to know is that some people from my church have come up to this area many times over several years and shared Jesus, and no one until today has ever received the Lord." It was a divine appointment. I just want to encourage you today. It is so good to give sacrificially to people and to just help them with their needs. But really, at the end of the day, it's the act of walking in someone else's shoes and people's ability and opportunity to see you and I do that, that there's nothing beneath us, nothing too low for us, nothing so horrible that we aren't willing to get down in the dirt and the mud with them and be with them, that will change their life in the same way. John chapter 1 says, Jesus came and made his dwelling among men. We have seen the glory of the one begotten God. And Jesus left the riches of heaven and made himself a mortal man so he could walk in our shoes. And that is what has made all the difference. God bless you. Thank you for watching Soul Steps today. We appreciate it. Please remember to visit our website at soulsteps.org. There you'll find opportunities to ask for prayer. There's a list of volunteer needs that we have so you can help us grow and develop our team and this work. And it'll show you opportunities for giving financially as you're able. We appreciate your support in every way. And remember that soul steps are important today because God cares about who you are and how you live. God bless you.